Hello and welcome to CBA's News Bulletin, broadcasting to you from Hargeisa. My name is Yunis Dekow. The U.S. Federal Aviation Administration has warned American air carriers to exercise caution when flying over Kenyan airspace, citing possible attacks by extremist groups. In an advisory directed to civilian airliners and all operators of U.S.-registered aircraft issued last week, the agency said, and I quote, "Those persons are advised to exercise caution when flying into, out of, within, or over the territory and airspace of Kenya due to the possibility of militant activity." The body says aircraft may encounter various anti-craft weapons, including manpad, small arms, and indirect fire weapons, such as mortars and rockets, which could target aircraft at low altitudes, including during the arrival and departure phase of flights, and/or target airports and aircraft on the ground. FAA said it will review the advisory by February 26, 2020. Kenya has battled terrorism in recent years, especially along the restive northeastern border, where Al-Shabaab militants have executed several attacks. The advisory could see reduced flight traffic in Kenya's airspace, which in turn will affect foreign trade such as tourism, which is one of the main foreign exchange earners for Kenya. Somaliland's Public Works and Housing Minister has announced that they will sue opposition officials at court after they supported local citizens who were protesting a land where the local government in Hargeisa has allocated for construction of a building for the custodial corps. The land, which is located in the east of Hargeisa, and impoverished families have claimed the land and accused the government of illegally grabbing their land by force. The Public Works and Housing Minister Abdirashid Duale Kambi, accompanied by the Mayor of Hargeisa Abdirahman Aidid Solteko, and the Commander of Somaliland Custodial Corps Ahmed Awali Yusuf Libah, held a joint press conference in Hargeisa on Tuesday. They have announced that they will take the opposition officials to court for fake news and defamation charges. Opposition officials of Wadani and Uid had accused the government of planning to sell Custodial Corps compound and relocating the land belonging to poor families. Dozens of women and men presented to the media papers they claimed are their legal ownership document of the disputed land. The three government officials have reiterated that the opposition officials will prove before the court what they have told the media. In Somaliland, there is a growing number of resource-based conflicts, especially those over land, that are increasing. In addition to that, land dispute between the government and members of the public has been on the rise for the last 2 years. The Somali government is investigating circumstances under which dead fish was washed ashore in Mogadishu's beach. The Ministry of Fisheries Director General Mahmoud Sheikh Ali told the media that the ministry has started to probe what caused the death of the small fish species, which is commonly used by fishermen as spawns. According to Abdullahi, small dead fish species, locally known as Aidi, was washed ashore around the Halani area, which houses the AMISOM and the Somali army bases, but were not seen in other places. The government official said the ministry will conduct tests to establish the circumstances under which the fish died. Somalia issued out first licenses for fishing companies early 2019, following many years of illegal and unregulated fishing, which is still ongoing in parts of Somali waters. Somali President Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo has signed the 2020 federal government budget after a joint sitting of Somalia's upper and lower houses on Tuesday approved the $459.5 million budget for the 2020, setting the pace for the fiscal year. The budget is slightly higher than the immediate ending fiscal estimate, which stood at $380 million. The extra amount is meant to finance development activities. The increase in budget reallocation is attributed to the collection of income tax generated by the Ministry of Finance. Most of the budget is meant for recurrent expenditure, with a little percentage set for the country's development. The approval comes 3 months after the country's Auditor General raised questions about spending of government resources, including shoddy expenditures. Somali Prime Minister Hassan Ali Khaire has held separate meetings in Dhuusamareeb town with leaders of Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah and local security chiefs ahead of the Galmudug elections. The Prime Minister and the Galmudug State Chief Minister, Sheikh Mohammed Shakir, discussed last night's clashes between Ahlus Sunnah and government soldiers in the town. The clash erupted shortly after the Prime Minister arrived in the city on Monday for talks over the upcoming parliamentary and presidential polls in the Galmudug State of Somalia. Galmudug State has been embroiled by political conflict in the past 3 years over power sharing between the powerful Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah and the federal government of Somalia. Banadir Governor and the Mayor of Mogadishu, Omar Mahmoud Filish, laid the foundation stone for the Warta Nabadda district offices, where a powerful explosion had shaken the local government offices early this year. The governor said the center will be built in a modern way to re-engage the community. At least 5 people were killed and 3 injured when a car bomb allegedly driven by a suicide attacker exploded at the district offices in Mogadishu on 14th May 2019. The powerful explosion had shaken the capital in an attack that affected local government offices in the Warta Nabadda district neighborhood near Villa Somalia in Mogadishu, the fortified official residence of the country's president. Authorities at the time were distributing food to poor families at the time of the attack. The blast also partially destroyed the district headquarters and the surrounding buildings. The Warta Nabadda district headquarters is located near the country's presidential seat, Villa Somalia. That is all we have for you on this first day of 2020. My name is Yunis Dekow. Have a lovely time and enjoy the rest of your viewing.